Right, where did your passion or inspiration come from to bodybuild and record the journey? So my last video, I talked about when I was a kid, I was really passionate about bodybuilding, and I would like draw figures, you know, and things like that. And it's been kind of cool to see that dream come to fruition. Like I'll see a silhouette of myself in the dark or something, and I'll be like, that's the picture I was drawing as a kid, you know. That's kind of cool. But then it's been a long journey for me. So I've gone through many different stages of my body composition, and I wanted to really dive into recording the journey of a guy like me doing bodybuilding, where I'm a dad, I'm a business owner, you know, and have all these other responsibilities and everything, and I'm not just in the gym all day. I've got a lot of responsibilities, and so I wanted to record like how somebody like me can do this and try and be successful at it, but you know, keep it as a hobby and keep going with it and things like that. So that's kind of been my inspiration overall.
Those top heavy sets.
Yeah, I guess. And maybe it's still like getting strength back from cutting, you know?
Yep.
Makes sense. But
body's still getting back on course.
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping to get 5 reps of 315. I only got 3. But it's probably just
Only 3.
I mean, that's like powerlifting stuff, you know? Like, no, I can't stop at 3. Lifts that have been the hardest for me. There's not really necessary, well, I will say like Bulgarian split squats are probably the worst. In general, legs have been something that I've been really focused on building the last couple of years, just because I have longer femurs and a shorter torso. So when I've gotten on stage, the last time was a lot better, but a few times before that, my legs just were not comparable to my upper body, which is just genetics for me. Like my upper body grows really fast, my legs struggle with that. So I've been really focused on legs, and I feel like they're in a better spot now. I want them to keep growing, but Bulgarian split squats was probably the hardest lift for me, for sure. It's a good way to do dips to target the pecs more than the triceps, is to like lean over, like you'll see me, and then pull your knees up as far as you can to your body. So it just kind of puts the angle right there at the pecs, instead of when you go back, it's triceps. How can you lose weight and build muscle at the same time? You can't, really. I mean, you can, if you're a beginner, and you start working out, you'll see muscle growth and you'll see your body start to recomp, but you won't necessarily lose weight, because you'll begin to build muscle, which is more weight, and you'll see like your body start to lose fat, which will reduce the weight, but it should equal out a little bit. Usually when you want to lose weight, you want to just cut, and you'll lose muscle and you'll lose fat. The priority that you want to hit is where you're losing definitely more fat than muscle, but to be able to actually gain a significant amount of muscle, you have to be in a calorie surplus, which means you're not going to be losing weight.
That's silver bodybuilder.
Whatever, man.
I was gonna try and get it set up so I can see the difference. I got the camera. 2875. Yeah. Right here I am. No, adjusted to like
Should I do this? You guys take pictures of me?
Look at that smile.
There we go. So what I've been really working on since becoming a bodybuilder is building up this upper chest. So like when I go like this, like you see that swoop right there, you know? Because as a power lifter, it's kind of like the lower part because you're doing like straight bar. But with incline, it does more of the upper. So right now I am back in a bulk, but I had to do a mini cut in between my bulks. So I started bulking, which is like extra calories, right? It's like a ton more carbs, protein goes up, fat kind of stays the same, but it starts to go up at the end of the bulk. And I did, so from my show in April, I weighed in at 202 pounds in April, which I probably was around 206 or so by the time I got to stage. And then after that, you reverse out of the show, which takes like, can take up to 6 weeks to get back to normal calories. And then from there is when we started the bulk. So I started bulking probably end of May or middle of May. And from there till October, I bulked and I put on, so I started at 206 and I got up to 250 in October. So put on a good amount of weight, but with that comes fat, right? So in order to keep your metabolism going and things working, you have to kind of cut back on the weight as well during the bulk if you're continuing to like try and grow muscle. So then I did the mini cut from October to the end of December, and now I'm back in the bulk for a couple months. But with everybody, it's kind of different. Like the supplement or the calories, everything like that, it's very different. So there's some bodybuilders that can live off of 2,800 calories in their prep and they'll get shredded. I can't do that just because my metabolism is probably messed up from being such a big bodied person my whole life. So I have to get down really low in calories. And then some people, they can eat a lot more than I can. So my highest on my bulk was 4,600 calories. A lot of people will go over that, be like 5,000, 5,500 calories. So it just kind of depends on what your body is responding to. You want to make sure you're not getting too fat with the bulk, but also putting on weight with the bulk. And then if you feel like you're not able to see your abs anymore, or you're, you know, feeling really sluggish and you can't eat, it might be time to cut down on the food, do a mini cut, and then get back into the bulk, something like that. All right, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for all the questions that came through. I'm super stoked to be able to kind of answer some of the questions and see some of the support from you guys. But we're just going to continue the journey. Please subscribe, comment, like, share it with anybody, and we'll just keep this going.